Hi there, I'm back with a new video. After Bob Iger tried to pick a fight with Elon Musk, and we all know that didn't end up well, because that led Musk to team up with Nelson Peltz, one of the biggest stockholders of Disney. And now he's living under the fear of Musk taking over Disney.
Just here with friends, thinking about companies to acquire.
If that wasn't enough, now he's funding GINA CARANO'S lawsuit against Disney. It looks like the saying, if you play with fire, you get burned. And it applies to Iger's situation here, where a lot of people have been ruined by this cancel culture. GINA CARANO was one of those people that was affected the most. The former star from the Mandalorian series had her role terminated by Lucasfilm and Disney after a tweet she did on X, while they fought her tooth and nail to banish her from existence, making her manager fire her and being removed by her union. She didn't stop fighting this uneven battle, but she found a new ally, yes, Elon Musk, and he is fully funding her lawsuit against Disney, while most of the news outlets have picked up the news. So let's check out the article on Deadline. This is the way GINA CARANO sues Disney for Mandalorian axing. Elon Musk footing legal bills. It looks like they're giving a jab to Disney using the Mandalorian motto. Very clever, and at the same time, they're making fun at Disney's expense. 3 years after ex-MMA fighter Carano was axed by Bob Chapek's run Disney for comparing the political climate in America to Nazi Germany, Carano on Tuesday sued Disney and Star Wars Lucasfilm for dropping her from the Bounty Hunter series. An ex-Tesla owner is paying for her lawyers. We all know that this was Kathleen Kennedy's decision, since Bob Chapek was the fall guy for all the mistakes that Bob Iger has done in his tenure. A short time ago, in a galaxy not so far away, defendants made it clear that only the one orthodoxy in thought, speech, or action was acceptable in their empire, and that those who dared to question or failed to fully comply would not be tolerated. Reads the complaint seeking a jury trial filed this morning in a federal court says, and so it was with Carano. The rule of law still reigns over the defendant's empire, and Carano has returned to demand that they be held accountable for their bullying, discriminatory, and retaliatory actions that inflicted not only substantial emotional harm, but millions of dollars in lost income, which alleges wrongful discharge and sex discrimination. Carano is also seeking to paint the now Bob Iger-run Disney as having a sexist double standard. Defendants also discriminated against Carano by treating her differently from her male co-stars, who has also made public political statements on social media. Her male co-stars were not disciplined, let alone terminated in a way to destroy their careers, even though some would find their statements abhorrent. And these claims from Carano are true because Pedro Pascal had done a similar tweet, if not worse in manner, and he wasn't removed from the series or even get a slap on the wrist, when GINA CARANO lost everything because she didn't comply to their bidding. If this is taken to court and they will see that there was discrimination against her, that wouldn't look good on Disney's clean image. The weird thing here is that she still wants her role as Cara Dune even after all this thing that she went through. It may look weird to me, but it's still good news for Star Wars fans, when this will probably strengthen Jon Favreau's position in Lucasfilm and probably get back full creative control of The Mandalorian, because this will be a big dent in Kathleen Kennedy's armor, since this was her own decision all along, and it will make Disney to do an outside court agreement so they can avoid the bad publicity. Disney doesn't want a long legal battle because in the process the company's name will be dragged to the dirt and also their stocks. But let's see what she tweeted on X. After my 20 years of building a career from scratch, and during the regime of the former Disney CEO Bob Chapek, Lucasfilm made this statement on Twitter, terminating me from The Mandalorian. Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and there is no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, the social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. Nothing could be further from the truth. The truth is I was being hunted down from everything I posted to every post I liked because I was not in line with their acceptable narrative of the time. My words were consistently twisted to demonize and dehumanize me as a right-wing extremist. It was a bullying smear campaign aimed at silencing, destroying, and making an example out of me. The thing is, I never used aggressive language. I shared thought-provoking quotes, pictures, memes, and occasionally I used my own words. Not with aggression, but with respect and occasional comedy to keep the mood light in dark times. Look with your own eyes at what I posted and ask yourself, for example, where did I compare Republicans to the Jewish people in the Holocaust? I didn't. Ask yourself why they were calling me a racist. Was there any merit behind that or history of it whatsoever? Look at why I was called a transphobe for making droid noises from Star Wars. Beep Bop Boop was obviously directed to the online bullies and did not in any way denigrate transgender people. Were my questions about masks, lockdowns, and forced vaccines okay to ask? Push the subject into the light? Should we have been allowed publicly to discuss those topics at the time without being harassed or censored? Absolutely. Hollywood says they support female representation and equal rights. Why then were my male co-stars permitted to speak without harassment and re-education courses or termination, but I was afforded the same right to exercise my freedom of speech? Artists do not sign away their rights as American citizens when we enter into employment. I have spoken to all of my co-stars since I was fired, and there is nothing but care and kind words between us. I respect their right to free speech and do not have to think the same on every issue to be friends and work with them, and I know they feel the same way towards me. A couple of months ago, Elon Musk tweeted that if you have been fired from using the platform X for exercising your right of free speech, he would like to offer these people legal representation. Quite the noble offer, but never in my wildest dreams I would have thought that anyone would take on my case against Lucasfilm Disney. Still, I did respond back. I think I qualified, and thousands of people agreed, but I did not expect anything. To my surprise, a few months ago I received an email from a lawyer who had been hired by X to look into my story and many others. Turns out, after sending them as much information as I could gather these past few months, my now lawyers and X believe wholeheartedly in my case and are moving forward. I would like to express my deepest gratitude and thank you to Elon Musk and X for giving me the opportunity to bring my case to light. We all know that the ex-MMA fighter is not afraid to pick a fight, and now with the richest man on the planet in her corner, I believe Disney can feel them breathing down their necks. As you all saw in her statement, he is not the only one filing a lawsuit against Disney. He is practically the beginning of a string of lawsuits to come. Now, is Disney gonna give her back her role as Cara Dune in the series, or a large amount of money? I don't know, but if I were in her position, I wouldn't settle without Disney giving me a public apology when they have tarnished her reputation. So what do you think that Gina Carano should do? Write it down in the comments section below. And don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you and have a good one.